Something I've thought about doing for a long time, or I should say a couple weeks. So, the last couple weeks, I have been obsessed with freaking podcasts. Like, you guys don't understand. So, my first podcast I started listening to was the Brittany Broski Report. Funny as hell. Super funny, relatable. There's a couple things that I'm just like I don't care about because I don't. There's some music that she listens to that I don't listen to. Same with some TV shows. I have not watched Bridgerton. Yes, I know. And then I have not watched. What's it called? Hold on. Okay, the show is called House of Dragon. I want to watch the show, but I'm scared to watch this show. You know what I mean? You're scared your life is going to change in ways that you're not ready for. Like the same reason why I read A Court of Thorns and Roses back in January. My sister recommended to me in July of last year when I was going through some relationship shit. I wish I would have read it sooner. I honestly do. I don't care for the author, but that doesn't mean I can't go to half-price bookstores and buy some of her books, you know what I mean? So Be Kind Rewind. Scratch that because I actually didn't read her books. I listened to her books through graphic audio. I love graphic audio. You guys don't understand how good graphic audio is. If you guys like a full cast where each character has a different person doing the voice, along with background music, background sounds, it's just amazing. I haven't stayed up to listen, or even just in general, to 2 and 3 in the morning to listen to a novel probably ever, honestly. Like I don't stay up late because I got a bedtime, man. Like I gotta go to bed. If I get off the schedule, it's a big deal. For those who don't know, the books are they're not insanely spicy, because I know a lot of people who read spicy books who are like they're not that bad, but they're pretty sexual. And I listen to those books sometimes at work when I'm at service desk because I work retail. You know how awkward it was sometimes being in those scenes and old people come up wanting to return something. Yeah, definitely save it for at home. Unless you're like me and you're a savage who listens to all 5 books in a span of a month and a half. I think I started the audiobook, graphic audiobook about January 10th, and I finished it February 19th, and I remember that day because the last day I decided to go for a walk, and for some reason where I live in the Midwest, it was 74 degrees out. Yeah, crazy times, man. So Be Kind Rewind again, going back to podcasts. My other podcast that I binge watch the crap out of is Held by Mark Manson. He is one of my top 5 favorite authors, as well as holds the tied spot for favorite book with Ernest Cline, Ready Player One. The difference between his podcast and the Broski Report is Brittany is literally just in a room by herself and she just randomly talks about whatever she wants, which I can vibe with. I kind of want to be that way if I do a podcast. But Mark Manson actually holds people who are like very successful with their stories and interviews them, and he's basically a self-help kind of podcast, but in a way it's not if you need to do this every day, holding your hand kind of shit. He's literally like, wake the fuck up, people. Wake the fuck up. One of the things in his podcast that happens every podcast that makes me laugh is his intro, where it's just like, bro, do you even podcast? Bro. I swear to God, I'll be at my job just dying every time I hear it when I'm listening to it. I actually forgot today that I checked, and I guess he uploaded a new podcast on July 10th, so I'm definitely going to check that out after I decide to do this or upload this. Some of the topics that I want to talk about if I do a podcast for the first episode, I want to talk about Dead by Daylight and possibly GTA Online. I have been playing Dead by Daylight since January, so I'm kind of new to it yet, but GTA Online I've been playing since about 2020, and it would probably have to be my most played game ever in my life. Maybe SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom, because I played like a crackhead when I was a kid. But other than that, another topic would be Mr. Beast and some of the ideas I have that he could use for some of his videos that he does, along with some of the inspiration that he's given me to be a YouTuber. And then art and poverty, because I went to school to be an artist, and I'm not doing art. I'm working retail. And people are like, that's the most typical thing because you can't get blah 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 blah. No, I have ideas based around that actually. I want to do a whole entire series based around that. I got pictures and everything of myself and other people and my job, because I work retail, and people be poverty low key, like people are struggling. I know way too many people working 2 and 3 jobs just to like buy groceries. Low key though, if you're actually like listening to this, could you guys comment some topics I could talk about that aren't religious or political? Maybe we could talk about the lost city of Atlantis. Low key stuff like that would be lit. I don't know, like, do you guys think it exists? Because it could.